The original Woodstock concert billed itself as 3 days of peace, love, and music, and that's pretty much what it was. And it really helped me identify myself in a new way. It confirmed for me the fact that it was okay for me to be different, right? But it also helped me identify who I wanted to be.
For most people, Woodstock was the defining moment for the counterculture movement of the 1960s. In a time when America was at war, the 3-day festival was a gathering place for people from all walks of life to come together to celebrate peace, love, and music. Over 300,000 showed up for what became a free concert and one of the most important moments in music history.
I think it was sort of a badge of honor, though, for that generation that they could get together in such huge numbers and make it a peace festival. To that extent, it was an anti-establishment blow against the empire, and they pulled it off. I think it really does get to the spirit of the times that they were able to pull it off.
Put down your books and pick up a gun. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun, and it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam.
Woodstock certainly was part of a general protest against the establishment and a general will to demonstrate that the youth culture could have such an event that many people would have said was impossible. When you get right down to it, you've got 300,000 people in a field that's muddy. There's not enough toilets, there's not enough food, so it could have been a right disaster. I think the fact that it wasn't says something about that generation and the general goodwill still being experienced towards their fellow young people.
Despite a massive turnout, general media coverage did not realize the magnitude of the event until it was underway, and much of the promotion occurred on college campuses and in pop culture magazines.
You can't overstate how important Rolling Stone is to the counterculture. They really were the great flag waver for the counterculture, and they were really the only one of those magazines that made it into the mainstream. But another important way that people communicated then was at the colleges. The student organizations were in contact with each other all the time.
Although drugs and sex permeated the festival, the media's reaction was not entirely negative.
Well, the media itself seemed to be fairly even-handed about it. Right? I mean, you got some sensationalistic emphasis on drugs and nudity, that kind of thing. It was the first time we had ever seen that many freaks together in one place, right? And what it meant was, I'm not just this kid who feels weird about himself because I'm not like the other kids around me. Somehow it was okay to be different, and really to start talking about peace out loud.
Wanna take you higher, higher. What I'd like you to do is say higher and throw the peace sign up. It'll do you no harm.
Not only was Woodstock a celebration of peace and counterculture, but it was also a venue for young people to express their frustration with the war.
I think that was part of what was driving so much of the energy in the 60s, why young people were going crazy. Look at what this older generation is doing to us against our will. And so, 3 days of peace, love, and music really gave me permission, if you will, some confirmation. Because it is a vision of peace, and it is a vision of justice, and it's a vision of gentleness, walking gently on this earth that it's so sorely needed today. And so I see in Woodstock the possibility of a different future, a brighter future, a gentler future, a world of peace, man, a world of peace where we do no harm. I mean, call me a hippie, but there it is.